All right, we're here with Tom and Matthew from Robot Chicken. Tell us what we can expect from the next season.
For the next season, oh boy. Well, we're starting it with a DC comic special that airs on September 9th. And then the usual insanity for the rest of the season of 20 episodes of nonsense.
If you remember, episode 100 ended season 5, and there was a big shakeup in the chicken scientist dynamic.
Right, epic battle.
Epic battle, and we picked that thread up again at the top of season 6. So.
Now, you had such success with Star Wars, now you're doing DC. Now, did DC have any problems with any ideas you pitched to them?
Shockingly, no. I can't think of.
There was one, and I can't think of what it was. Where like we got to work with Jeff Johns on this project, and he had final say on it. He's like the caretaker of all of these characters, and really had to get defensive of protecting some of them. But I think there was only one time he was like, let's not do that. I wish I could remember what it was.
I don't think he cut. I thought he just said he was uncomfortable with it, but it still went through.
But in the end, he was like,
yeah, and he was, yeah, exactly.
They knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, and I think we cut it anyway because it wasn't funny.
Yeah. So he was right.
All that fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, will Aquaman be featured? He seems to be a regular kicking boy, the Charlie Brown of the series.
It is sort of Aquaman's journey. This whole special is Aquaman's journey. And we will all take it with him.
Right. Now, with a show like this, obviously, when you guys were kids, you were big toy. You played with toys a lot, and probably still do. Was there any special toy that you had as a kid that you've purchased now that you are successful and can afford it?
Oh boy. Well, Tom just purchased the blue snaggletooth.
They're selling giant blue snaggletooth figures on the floor right now for $80. And I bought it, and I wish I had not spent $80 on a blue snaggletooth, but I have it now. I haven't gone back and bought anything that I really loved, but once we started working on this show, I was a big fan of the Migos, as we all were. And for my birthday every year, Seth would buy me a Migo Teen Titan, which was like the greatest. So, and like after 4 years, I had all 4 of them, and that was something I always was into as a kid.
Right. Now, there's a lot of mayhem and destruction. Have you ever destroyed a toy that hurt you to destroy, or harmed a toy in the making of the process?
Yeah, we've harmed a lot of toys. I always come back to our season 1 experience where we got a Mego Batmobile and we had to smash it with a hammer in order to make the animation work the way we wanted it to work, which was a little heartbreaking knowing how much it cost to actually purchase that.
But luckily, I mean, the older toys are valuable, of course, but somewhere in the middle of the 90s, everyone figured out that toys were valuable long term, and so they started saving all of their toys, and so the value of all toys dropped. And so now it is no big deal to get a hold of something to destroy.
Now we all have like 2,000 Power of the Force 2 loose
exactly.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, Geek Legacy, we're all about embracing our inner geek. Would you consider yourselves geeks?
Oh, yeah.
Now, what does it mean to you to be a geek?
I mean, both of us started pretty much at Wizard Magazine, so we know the geek world very well. To be a geek, I mean, it's just enjoying the stuff that you love the most. I mean, it's toys, comics, video games, and just being proud of enjoying this stuff.
It's sort of like when you're an adult. Every generation prior to ours, I think, would grow up and they would be like, oh my God, I'm a grown-up.
Right.
I have to let go of all of the stuff I loved as a kid. And to me, it's like if you're a geek, you just sort of cling to or keep embracing the stuff that you
inner kid
that you love. Oh, okay. And it doesn't matter if you're an accountant or a lawyer or a banker or you work in a comic store. You can still, keep plugged into that stuff that you love.
And now you can turn off the lights and play with your geek stuff. Great, we're here with the brain trust of Robot Chicken. Just finished their panel. They're going to do a DC Universe show. You want to tell us a little bit about what brought it about and what it's about?
What brought it about is that one of the executive producers of our show, Matt Senreich, and Jeff Johns, the head of creative at DC, have been lifelong friends, and I think they've wanted to work together in this capacity for a long time. So eventually, after the success of our Star Wars series, they got the idea that maybe they could do the same thing for DC, and it just worked out really well. DC's the perfect property to do something like this for.
Beans, would you say they're life partners?
I can neither confirm nor deny that they're life partners.
They're good friends.
Yeah. Now, did DC have any problems with any of the ideas you pitched to them? Was there anything they said, you can't do that?
There were a couple of things, but not anything too heated. It was more like we had too much stuff. We had so much content for the show, and we've been cutting stuff out constantly. So it was like, if all of this stuff is on the chopping block, we'd prefer this stuff to go because of what it might suggest about this character or what have you. So nothing too stern.
Very good.
Good work.
Now, are we going to see Robot Chicken characters in the DC universe, or is it just like Star Wars to where you're mostly just in that universe?
What do you think?
It's a big mash. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any artifacts found by any of specific characters or anything like that? Green Lantern stuff?
Like the Ark?
Yeah, like the Ark of the Covenant. So, is the Ark of the Covenant going to make an appearance in DC?
Beans, can you
confirm? That would be an interesting episode.
Crossover. Now, do you have plans for another themed show? I mean, obviously Star Wars was big. This will probably be big as well because it looks great. Do you have any ideas, or has anyone approached you to do a follow-up, like maybe do Indiana Jones or do like Marvel now, anything like that?
Well, there are always ideas to do them. I think that our wish list is pretty long, and a lot of times, all those properties you just named have big corporations behind them, so there's tons of red tape. Something like Indiana Jones would be hard to do because of the limitations of that world. It's not like Star Wars or DC where there's so many characters and so many places you can go. But you talked about G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like either G.I. Joe or
He-Man.
He-Man. Yeah, I mean, there's already been so much Robot Chicken with those. It seems like that'd be an exciting thing. But.
Now, is that on the top of your... If you could make any franchise, would it be one of those two?
You mean other than Exo-squad?
Other than Exo-squad.
Oh, boy.
Will we see any Exo-squad sketches on Robot Chicken in the future?
Not
Possibly.
until Eric goes into the writer's room. Until then, I doubt it.
And you won't let him in.
Let me in the writer's room.
You got to educate the rest of the group. Now, at Geek Legacy, we're all about embracing our inner geek. Now, would you guys say that you're geeks?
I feel like I'm more of a nerd than a geek. Is that similar?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
What about you guys? No, you're just the cool kids?
I'm pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah?
It's hard to be with this face. No.
Right?
I really
He's the
He's
prettiest
the
geek
handsome
you've ever
one.
seen.
Yeah.
I really think that I've actually come to respect the term geek, and that it is one of those things where if you call yourself one, then you wait for someone to hear it and be like, I don't think so, man, like you were in the back of the bus, whatever. I really am passionate about things, and I think that's at the core of being a geek, and I love the stuff that we get to write about. So on that level, definitely, I'm a geek through and through.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, has there been any... You guys get a lot of stars doing your voices. Has there been any stars that you personally enjoyed working with? Any trouble, anything like that? Someone that you really enjoyed working with, or someone who just
some of my favorite people to work with, and this is not talking about the size of their celebrity or whatever, just awesome people. Christian Slater is an amazing guy. Just every time he comes in, he's super nice, remembers people's names, awesome. Rachel Lee Cook, same way. She's just unbelievably kind.
Yeah, we've worked with Weird Al Yankovic, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were actually at Weird Al's house.
Hey, we were there together.
Yeah.
That's
That was
right.
amazing.
And he's awesome.
And right
An
now,
amazing host.
Weird Al is watching this, and he's like, I gotta get a
I
little
do not
bit
know
I gotta
that.
move now.
And his
know those
address
geeks.
is.
Well, great. It was great talking to you guys,
Thank you
and
very much.
much success. We love the show, and thanks for everything.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Appreciate it.
Have fun at your con.